There's always first time for everything, and I truly believe that one can only get better if they keep learning. The spark of learning something new doesn't matter if you're cooking a new dish or learning how to ride a motorcycle or learning how to trade. It's the interest inside you that makes you learn something new. A full disclosure before I start this video that I have never ever shorted a stock before this. I have bought puts, not sure if that truly falls into the category of shorting, but this time I actually went short on two stocks and I will give you the name as we go along in the video and also my experience on shorting these stocks. Another disclaimer, my reason to short these stocks was truly for educational purposes and nothing to do with the companies. I mean, I wanted to study and see how shorting works in a downturn, and I was also tracking the indices NASDAQ, S&P 500 to understand the underlying nature of the market when shorts are involved. So the latest market conditions have taught us a lot of things, I'm sure, and especially how to handle the feeling when all you see is dark red in your accounts. So let me share my screen and show you the names that I shorted and why I shorted them. Okay, so on your screen, these are the two names that I shorted. So I shorted UPST and I shorted XHB. Now UPST, I'm sure Upstart, majority of you know. This is a roller coaster of a stock, and if you look at the chart, I'm going to actually share the chart. It looks like Mount Everest going on there. And then we have the XHB. This is a home builders ETF. Now, let's talk about the reason before I go and show you my positions. The reason why I shorted UPST on February 16th, because of the earnings, the stock went crazy. They were up like 20-30% in like just off of the earnings, while the whole market condition was still very weak. So that was a perfect opportunity for me to short a really highly, I would say, volatile stock as UPST. It was extremely dangerous. I was really scared, but I wanted to learn how to short and I opened a brand new account for it. I didn't want to do it in my existing account. I opened a brand new account to see how shorting will work and how my account will look like just by shorting these two stocks. Then XHB. So my reason for XHB was I read a report where it says that the home builder are struggling to get their materials. I mean, people are putting the money to build the homes, but they cannot start the projects for 6 months or 8 months because they can't find enough material to do it. For those kind of things, of course, the earnings, short-term earnings on the stock is going to hurt because they cannot build the revenue or they cannot bring money in to build the homes because they don't have the people, they don't have the material to build the homes. And that's why this ETF was, the report that I was reading was suggesting that this ETF is going to see a sell-off in the near future and also for the short term, not for the long term. So that's why the stock was up around 10% that day when I kind of shorted the stock on February 8th. So this was the first one I shorted, and then after that, February 16th is the second one I shorted. UPST, I sold 1,000 shares, owning 0 shares. It was a brand new account, no other positions, but just UPST. So I sold 1,000 shares and I sold 1,000 share of XHB. Now, for those who don't understand how shorting works, here's a quick tutorial in a way. So the way shorting works is that you go to your bank, in this case, this is E-Trade. You go to your bank and you tell them that, you know what, I want to sell 1,000 shares, and you have to get approved for shorting. You have to get approved for your options and stuff like that. So what I did was I put some money into my account, brand new money that I have not used before, or there was no margin. I put new money into the account so that I can have some balance in the account. And then I went ahead and I basically told E-Trade that, you know what, I want to sell 1,000 shares of UPST at 147.88. That hurt actually. Okay, and I wanted to short XHB, 1,000 shares of XHB for 71.88. So what they did was, for this, they gave me $147,000 because I sold something for that price, 147. For this, they gave me $71,000 because again, I sold something for that price. Now, the money that I received, they kept it aside because this was the shorting and my account was not that big, so they kept that money aside. I'm not using that money. I didn't buy anything else because again, at the same time I'm shorting, I'm extremely careful because this can go south very quickly. Then what happened was I actually tried to short at 66, if you see it, but I canceled it because I saw the stock price go up. I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to actually sell it when it's at really high price, and I'll show you in 1 second. So then after that, I went in, and now on February 23rd, so look at this. So this was February 16th when I shorted. Right here you can see this is February 16th and February 8th. Then on February 23rd, this was my account. So total market gain I had was about 18%. I was gaining about $41,000. Upstart was down that day to about $35,000. I was gaining on Upstart, or I was making about 23.97%, and I was making about 7.9% on XHP shares. So 1,000 shares of XHP, 1,000 of UPST, and total was about 35,000 and 5,600 that I was making. Then 2 days later, take a look here. 2 days later, my profit went from 41,000 to 13,000 because UPST rallied. And if you see over here that I went down from 23%, almost 24% making on UPST down to about 8% making on UPST. And I was this close of closing this position on the 25th because I was getting scared. And I have a stop loss that I put on this one because I didn't want to take a chance. Then few days later, when UPST was struggling, see this right here, UPST is like, this is all shorted, right? So because I'm negative, so that's why it shows on red over here. Then on February 7th, which was yesterday, I took a screenshot and my UPST stock was back up to about 23.41%, while my XHP shares was up about 8%. So I've been highest on XHP was 7.9, then 2.40, then now 8.28, while UPST I'm gaining back about 23%. So I'm back to about 18.46% or making about $40,000. So if I show you now, I still have these positions open and I plan on closing them this week on a major red day. Right now it's pretty green, so I'm going to hold on to it. Again, very, very risky. But take a look at this. This is UPST's chart. The reason why I shorted UPST is because of this. This looks like a Mount Everest to me. You know, this high peak right here, and then it came down, crashing down. And if you see, it went all the way to about $400 right here. And UPST, people or the street is still very bullish on this stock. This is actually one of the fintech stock that is doing extremely well as compared to Affirm, SoFi, and many other stocks. So this is really exciting to see what's going on with UPST here. Extremely dangerous, extremely volatile, and that is why I want to get out of it as soon as possible. So this is the reason why I picked UPST, because just by the sheer volume of the stock, it's highly volatile, and the volatility graph on this was extremely high when I sold it. So when the volatility graph is really high, and when you sell something, you make top premium, and that's why when I shorted the stock on February 16th, look, the price was about 147.88. The price today with the market open is in 120s. So that is why you see this gain over here, and the price has been down as much as 105, 106. So I plan on getting from both these positions out, making about 10 to 15% or maybe more, depending on if I close today, I can make 18%. But my plan was to basically learn how shorting works, how this whole thing works. So here's my experience with shorting. This is not meant for investors like us. The losses can mount in no time, and it's an easy way to lose it all, literally lose your shirt. I'm closing these positions as I told you, and I open them to see how these insane market conditions will work out. I mean, it feels good to see some green after months of red, but again, this is dangerous green, and I wouldn't want to hold on to these for long, and I will get out of it this week. Hope we all learned something from this video, because I know I did, as this could be very addicting, especially the way market is now. But one sudden move in the market shows you how quickly profits can disappear. So let me know in the comments if you have any experience in shorting and what was your experience, and with all the market condition that we are in right now, where the green 1 minute, the red 1 minute, are you able to take advantage of with any of the short positions? Again, I'm very new at this game. I haven't shorted. I've been buying puts for a long time, but I don't put puts as shorting, because puts like buying, selling, it's like option trading. Shorting really happens when you short or naked short something like this that I did, which is extremely dangerous, and that's why the hedge funds and big institutions, they do it all the time, and that's why they have those algos running. You know, this is all machine stuff that's going on. But I wanted to pick a stock that I knew a little bit about, which is UPST, and then the other stock was because of read the report and it looked kind of enticing to me. That's why I did it. I hope I was able to provide some value, and if you like the video, then consider subscribing and hit the like button, and for more one-on-one conversation, consider joining our Discord and Patreon. Links are in the description below. As always, a pleasure to share all of this with everyone. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.